What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. Now, with My Hero Academia officially in the rear view a week later, I figured now is the best time to talk about an element of the story that I grew to dislike over time as more information and basically them just being put in the spotlight over time became. And that is the vestiges of One For All. Now, don't get me wrong, the vestiges of One For All are such an interesting concept in theory, especially because they give Deku more to his arsenal to use. Like I loved that Black Whip, Float, like I loved Gear Shift. All of that is so cool when you think about it. But what I don't like about the vestiges is I feel like they took up way too much of the story. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. I know that a lot of people like the vestiges, but if we're being honest, aside from Black Whip and Nana, what else did the other ones even have? Yes, one of them was All For One's brother, but other than that, man, like the rest of the vestiges, like it felt to me that they didn't really have any place in the narrative, right? At least to me. Like they had their introductions, they had the introductions with their quirk. You got a little bit of background information on them, and then like you don't really get anything else throughout the rest of the story. Like look at the smoke screen guy. I don't remember the name of his quirk. Don't yell at me. But I don't. But look at smoke screen guy. Like he gets introduced. You don't really get to learn much about him outside of like Deku using his quirk in the vigilante arc. And like that's kind of it. Like it feels like the rest of the vestiges just serve as window dressing to for these quirks to justify why these quirks are in the story. Nana is really the only one that that makes sense narratively, in my opinion, because yeah, you got the All For One brother one, but in my opinion, he kind of sucked. I didn't really like him. He was kind of just there. He didn't because he didn't even really give a quirk. He was kind of just like the guy who ruled over the rest of the vestiges, so he didn't really do much. But Nana is the one that really made the most sense, and Black Whip, because the Black Whip guy is the only one that really got development, because Black Whip's really the only quirk that got development. And with that, we're going to pivot into my next thing about the vestiges. None of these quirks that they gave Deku, none of them really got development. Like the only one that you really get to see Deku master is Black Whip. And that comes with the consequences of Hori kind of rushing like the third act, right? You don't get to really see, aside from like brief flashbacks, you don't really get to see Deku master these quirks. Like you got to see him train Float a little bit in a flashback during the PLA arc, but other than that, man, he kind of just gets them. So the fact that Deku just gets the quirks and you don't really get to see him learn them is that you lose out on that crucial development that he could have with the vestiges trying to learn this quirk. Like the whole reason Deku learning Black Whip was so cool was that he was talking to the vestige for Black Whip to try and learn it. That like I loved that. That was so cool because like you got to see him talk to the original user of Black Whip. But aside from that, like you don't really get anything with that. Like you don't really get to see him talking to any of the other vestiges during him learning the quirks. Like he just gets them. Like I thought that was so dumb because it takes away like crucial training. Like that would have been great to see and would have made me connect with Deku more. Cause like at this point in the story, Deku like desperately needs development because Deku is so absent from the story. Oh my god. The more I talk about the vestiges, the more I hurt. But nothing will make me forgive the vestiges more for what they did to Deku's character. Like, if you really think about it, the vestiges took away all of Deku's agency in a way. Like, when we get to the vigilante arc and everything that comes after, Deku's sense of agency as a character is gone, right? Because like it kind of feels like when he's fighting Shiggy AFO, like when he's doing that fight, like it feels like he like he's just getting all the information from them, right? He the whole like they're coming up with the plan to take them down. They're coming up with everything, and like Deku is just being reactionary to that. The only time that Deku isn't being reactionary to what they're saying and he actually feels like a character again is when he goes into like Shiggy's space and like is seeing all the flashbacks and stuff. But like that's too late in the story. And then even at the end, the vestiges did so much damage to his character that like he still doesn't feel like the Deku we knew back in seasons 1 to 3, right? Like or even season 4. Like he just feels off. The vestiges like I feel like they really hurt Deku's character in a way. Like I don't know, man. Like the more I think about it, like I don't know, Deku just the vestiges really hurt him, and not like hurt him physically, but they really hurt his character. And yeah, like not only do they have like no development, not only do they take up too much screen time for the fact that none of them really have development, like, but they also like ruined Deku's character in a way for me that, and they strip him of his agency. Like I I don't know what I get what Hori was trying to cook with them, but he didn't cook successfully. And because of that, Deku paid the price, and that's why I hate the vestiges. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Am I right? Do you guys think I'm totally off base? Let me know. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on the matter. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Bye.